Dana, because I see a lot of people, like, people always bring up the fighter pay with the UFC, but what's, like, isn't Logan complaining right now that he didn't get his checks from Floyd? Is that like a boxing issue versus
you don't
a boxing thing?
You don't ever hear that coming out.
To this day?
You hear a guy
right
going,
now?
I want to make $30 million, I didn't get paid enough. You don't ever hear guys going, yeah, they didn't pay me yet, ever.
Is that like a boxing issue?
Well, here's what happens when you go in and you do these fights, and you make them. And Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong. You do these fights that are exhibitions or whatever. The commission isn't overseeing it. So let's say I did a fight with Mike. I got Mike fighting, Francis or something. The athletic commission gets the money up front, so they pay the fighters.
Either way, the last thing you really need in your life is for things to go wrong, and you were showing off how you were a big shot financially when you didn't have to, really. You didn't have to do that. And now you have this egg on your face, and things are falling apart. And now people are wondering, did you get screwed, or was it your own financial ignorance?
Now, he's accused in multiple lawsuits, all right, of owing millions for luxury watches, gold, and rent as well on the apartment that we just talked about, okay? And so he's got about, I counted about 6 lawsuits.
Dana White criticizes Floyd Mayweather for pursuing another Manny Pacquiao fight, saying it is driven by money, calling it sad, and questioning his financial situation.
Do what they got to do and say what they got to say to try to, get in there and make money. It's not even going to be funny. It's going to be bad.
Logan Paul claims Floyd Mayweather still owes him money from their exhibition fight, suggesting financial issues and raising questions about Mayweather's current financial situation and obligations.
Doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid me. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. Mm-hmm. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. That I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's facing a bunch.
Rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way, in like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12,
yeah.
10, 8 came on the market, and it was a lot of houses.
Dana White says that Floyd earned massive wealth during his career, with the biggest payday coming from his blockbuster fight against Conor McGregor.
Biggest fights you've ever had?
Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever.
What did that gross?
It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy.
Yeah, so that worked out okay.
As per Wade Plemons, Floyd mismanaged his wealth early, and after his prime ended, he returned to boxing repeatedly to recover money through exhibition fights.
Back, again, 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Fanmio instead. That was the company that put it on, Fanmio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil, and the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back. It's nasty work what he did. But this has been like one of Floyd's MOs, is that he leverages his fight name or his quote unquote assets, and which is what, a lot of wealthy people do. They leverage their assets to take out bigger loans or, whatever. But Floyd does it in such a reckless way that no one ever sees return on it. He just takes money. It isn't a loan. He steals.
Joe Rogan says Floyd Mayweather spent his fortune carelessly, living an extremely lavish lifestyle, treating his income like an endless flow, which may have led to financial strain.
Crazy. So you buy a watch and a car, you're down 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Crazy.
I remember Iran Barkley was talking about that. Iran Barkley, when he was in his prime, was hanging out with all these professional athletes, and everybody was getting diamond-crusted chains and this and that, and he was keeping up with these people. Like, you got to keep up with the Joneses. And he just found himself, like, draining all of his money. He was talking about it like that was the biggest detriment to him being able to save any money.
They trying to keep up.
Yeah, which I thought was funny when I was listening to this conversation with Chad Ochocinco. He was talking about it. He was like,
his jewelry fake.
Yeah, he was wearing fake jewelry.
But who would know?
What's that?
Who would know? He
No
Chad
one know.
Ochocinco.
Exactly.
It's
Fake
like when they look
jewelry,
at him, like
flying economy. He was sleeping at the state.
Teddy Atlas says people feel satisfied seeing Floyd struggle now because he spent years flaunting wealth and making others feel jealous of his lifestyle.
Taking shots at a great fighter, Mayweather. Probably the same people that were, applauding him and saying how great he was at one point, and now they're taking shots at him like they're almost, like they get pleasure out of seeing a great fall. Potentially
You're right.
fall. Oh yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape made it.
Dan Raphael explains that the current financial concerns surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. are not surprising when looking at his career and lifestyle closely. According to Raphael, this outcome could have been predicted by anyone who paid attention to how openly Mayweather handled his wealth over the years. Throughout his career, Floyd Mayweather Jr. built an image centered around luxury and excess. He consistently showcased a lifestyle filled with private jets, high-end cars, designer items, and expensive vacations. These displays were not occasional, but constant, becoming a major part of his public identity.
Contact my people again later, and hopefully I can get it this afternoon to actually read the specifics of the suit and what the allegations are. But the fact that Floyd would encounter some financial issues post his boxing career is not in any way a surprise to me. When you see the types of things that, if you believe anything that he puts on his social media, the travel that he does, the places he goes, and the amount of entourage he has, I mean, that's like a money pit. I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first-class hotels, or you're, buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it. I mean, it's all good when you're making those gigantic paydays and they're coming in, a couple times a year. You're making 40 million here and 25 million there, or even more, 100 million plus, when he fought the big mega fights with guys like Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao. But when that stops, that money doesn't,
While this created an aura of success and dominance, it also raised concerns about long-term financial sustainability. Dan Raphael suggests that maintaining such a lavish lifestyle requires careful financial planning, especially after retirement when a regular fixed income slows. Without proper management, even massive earnings can diminish over time. The issue is not how much money was earned, but how it was spent and preserved. Now, with reports of financial pressure and continued involvement in exhibition fights, the situation appears to reflect those earlier concerns. What once seemed like limitless wealth now highlights the importance of discipline and smart decision-making beyond the spotlight of a successful boxing career.
Investigations about the 340 million, it just didn't ring true to me, because Al Heyman, who is not named in the suit, but apparently is supposedly part of this problem, whatever. But I mean, I've known Al Heyman and covered Al Heyman's fighters and his business since the day he stepped in boxing in like 2002 with Vernon Forrest. And all that time, and literally in terms of the PBC, a couple hundred fighters that he's dealt with, maybe not personally, but that his team is and his company. To a fighter, you never hear anybody, even when they're retired and they're not with Al anymore, nobody talks bad about him. In fact, if you ask most fighters, they'll tell you how good to them that he has been. That type of money that they've helped him make, and the person that he's paid, and the guidance that...
Floyd Mayweather Jr. was once known for constant displays of luxury, presenting an image of endless wealth and financial dominance. According to the Boxing A Go host, recent developments suggest a very different situation behind the scenes. The analyst highlights a surprising financial downturn, pointing to legal action taken by Floyd Mayweather Jr. against major business partners. Over the years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. maintained close ties with influential figures like Steven Espinoza and networks such as Showtime. These partnerships played a key role in building massive fight revenues and global exposure. However, the current lawsuit, reportedly worth $340 million, claims that significant earnings were never properly paid.
We are going to go through in this video. Now, I've been covering boxing for double-digit years. Allow me to take you through it. A simple Google search shows Floyd Mayweather. You type in his name, you're going to see some fight photos and whatnot. But the top stories, and there's multiple stories, and we're going to take a look at some of them. But as mentioned, Business Insider is now reporting what you see on the screen, that Floyd Mayweather is being accused in lawsuits of owing millions of dollars for luxury watches, gold, and rent on palatial apartment, right? The bullet points. Floyd was sued for allegedly failing to pay rent.
This situation raises serious questions about financial management, contract transparency, and long-term planning in professional boxing. The contrast between the past public image and present legal disputes creates a narrative that feels unexpected to many observers. What once appeared as complete financial control now seems more complicated, suggesting that even the most successful careers can face uncertainty when business dealings become unclear.
This sum represents the $500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took but never paid.
Coach Malachi explains that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is currently involved in a major legal dispute, claiming that around $340 million was either taken or mismanaged through dealings with Steven Espinoza in Showtime. He suggests that the structure of these agreements may have removed liability from certain individuals, especially Al Haymon. Depending on what was written in the contracts, according to Malachi, if those contract terms are accurate, it explains why Al Haymon is not included in the lawsuit.
In the contract, guess what? Al Haymon is clear. And now it explains why Floyd don't have Al Haymon in the lawsuit. He can't sue him. Come on, man. Al covered his tracks. Now, he may be getting sued by big corporations, stuff like that, but he's not being sued by any fighter. They can't sue him. You get what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather messed up. And adds insult to injury, Floyd Mayweather has a gambling problem and he spends a lot of money. He loves to spend money. So whatever he have that's in his possession, he's spending that and blowing that on top of the $340 million that he said that's owed to him. Meaning that he never really got paid from the Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor fight. Come on, man. Al Haymon got power of attorney. You dig? And he covered his tracks. So shout out to the brother man, Al Haymon. You did a good job.
The discussion highlights how complex financial agreements in boxing can protect key figures from legal consequences. At the same time, Malachi claims that financial habits also play a role, pointing out that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is known for heavy spending and a lifestyle that includes significant gambling and luxury expenses. He further suggests that even while claiming unpaid earnings from major fights, including bouts with top opponents, money management remains a concern. The overall perspective presented is that both contractual structures and personal financial decisions have contributed to the current situation, making it a complicated mix of business strategy and lifestyle choices within the sport.